I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. And there was a guy I knew in Brooklyn from the neighborhood by the name of Sal Manella. And Sal was one of those guys, you know, kind of like a real gavone, you know what I mean? You know, one of these guys, hey, how you doing? Thanks a lot, shut up. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, my name is Sal Manella, thanks a lot, shut up. You know, I don't know what it is about Brooklyn at Christmas time, but there's something beautiful about it, you know what I mean? Like, there's a light layer of snow covering the bums, the little children frolicking up and down Flatbush Avenue picking pockets. Or maybe it's because the dog shit freezes, but whatever it is, somehow, it just says Christmas. Now, perennially, and every year, we got a tradition in the Manella household. We all go to my grandmother's house, we gather around a space heater, and I tell them all the story of Christmas as it actually happened to me, rhymes and everything, and it goes something like this. Thanks a lot, shut up. 'Twas the night before Christmas in Sheep's Head Bay. The kids was asleep, waiting for the big day. The stockings was hung by the furnace with care, in hopes that by morning, they would all still be there. Me and this skank was getting ready for bed. I wore pajamas, she had a paper bag for her head. Went up on a roof, I heard this big crash. Thought it was a burglar, I was gonna kick ass. I went up on a fire escape, looked up in the sky. What did I see? This freaking fat guy with a red suit and boots that came up to his knees. In the moonlight, he looked like my fat Aunt Louise. He had this big sled pulled by these reindeer. He called him Dancer and Prancer, so I assumed he was queer. But as he crept off the roof, it became clear to me, this guy was looking to steal my TV. Because over his shoulder, he had a big sack. He came down the stairs while I planned my attack. I waited a second till the time it seemed ripe and smacked him in the head, bada bing, with a pipe. He fell to the floor with a groan and a thud. I was kind of surprised I didn't see blood. Instead, he rolled over, looked me right in the eye. When I saw who I hit, I near started to cry. I said, hey, yo, Santa, I'm sorry, you're right. Not for nothing, he said, but this just ain't my night. I got lost in the Bronx. I ran over some nuns. Had a near miss by Kennedy. Rudolph's got the runs. I'm out all freaking night. I'm busting my hump, but I can't continue now. Not with this bump. So do me a favor, be a real pal. Take over for me. You be Santa Claus, Sal. I said, I'm from Brooklyn. I ain't right for the part. But he told me, Santa Claus comes from the heart. He made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Stop at every house, except for the Jews, because you gotta pass over them, it's regulation. Thanks a lot, shut up. I got in the suit and stepped onto the sleigh, wondering why reindeers all smelled that way. Took off on my mission, didn't want to be late. Well, old Saint Nick spent the night hosing my date. That night I was Santa, bringing kids joy and bliss, and if you don't believe me, then yo, jingle this. Since then, I've been with him every year in the cold, riding shotgun with Santa, because he's fat and he's old. I'm his #1 helper, I've been deputized, so on this Christmas Eve, don't you be surprised if you hear a voice say really loud and abrupt, Merry Christmas to all. Thanks a lot. Shut up. Give yourselves a round of applause, everybody.